We didn't call you.
I don't answer questions. He did.
Okay, we'll go talk to him.
No, I'm going to be talking
No,
to
you're not going to talk to me. Oh, I got to say to you. Not nothing. So go talk to the guy that called you. Isn't that procedure? When a complaining party calls, you go talk to the complaining party?
No, you don't get
Sure it is. Sure it is. Sure it is.
Close your hood.
No. Don't touch our vehicle.
You are,
Our vehicle.
listen.
Don't touch our
Listen to me.
vehicle. You didn't pull us over.
Yes, I
No,
did.
you did not. We was parked here, idiot. We were parked here.
Okay.
You didn't pull us over. Don't try that. He says he pulled us over. No, we was parked here.
Hey, look, do you not see my lights?
I don't give a about your lights. I don't give a about your lights. Hey, pull us over when we're parked because we didn't commit a traffic violation, idiot. You're a dummy.
Mr. Jones argues that Sergeant Morabito could not have pulled them over because they were already parked and did not commit a traffic violation. By definition, police officers cannot, quote-unquote, pull over vehicles that have already stopped. But in some situations, they can detain the drivers of parked vehicles. While all traffic stops are considered seizures for Fourth Amendment purposes, no such bright-line rule exists for parked vehicles. However, when it comes to officers approaching parked vehicles, courts consider some interactions to be quote-unquote consensual if they conclude that a reasonable person would feel free to terminate the encounter, while other interactions are deemed Fourth Amendment seizures. In Michigan, a primary factor as to whether a police interaction involving a parked vehicle is a non-consensual seizure is the location where the officer parks their vehicle. In this situation, a court would likely conclude that Sergeant Morabito detained the auditors, despite the fact that he did not park in a manner that prevented them from driving their vehicle away, based on his other coercive conduct. However, a court would also likely determine that Sergeant Morabito had the reasonable suspicion necessary to detain the auditors based on the allegations of threats from the other driver.
Behind my car, we pulled in here.
Right.
You both kept me over outside the car.
So if you don't have articulable suspicion,
We got a complaint that there's a threat
I don't care.
here. So yeah,
I don't care what he said.
And I'm going to be
People don't lie.
identifying
People,
you.
no,
I
you
will
won't.
be-
Oh,
yes,
no, you will
yes,
not.
I
You ain't
will.
getting my ID,
You
numb
watch
nuts.
this. Oh, yes,
You ain't getting my
watch
ID, numb nuts. I promise you.
this. I don't answer your questions either. You must think I'm stupid.
You are.
I don't
stupid.
answer your questions
You're doing
either.
you're doing a good enough job proving that right now.
Yeah. He doesn't prove how stupid he
Boy,
is.
you guys are brilliant. Hey.
Wrong.
You can get away from the car. You can bite that. And you can get away from
Hey, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
No, you don't.
Put your hands on people. What the heck's wrong with you,
No,
dude?
you don't.
That badge done went to your little head, didn't
Take
it?
a walk. Go get away from
You
my
take
car.
a walk. I'll stand where I want to stand.
My car.
I'll stand.
It ain't your car.
He says get away from my
Get away.
car.
We paid for it.
Yeah,
He said get
okay.
away from my
Get away.
car.
No.
Don't the taxpayers pay for that
No,
car?
that one's mine.
That's your personal?
Yep.
But it's
Yep.
being used. It's being used in public service. So it's a public vehicle. Here's the VIN number. We'll find out. Yeah.
One of the auditors approaches Sergeant Morabito's unmarked vehicle to film inside the open door, and Sergeant Morabito orders him to stand back and shoves him away. As we have discussed many times on ATA, courts have consistently held that the First Amendment protects both the right to film police officers exercising their official duties in public and to film in public in general. Here, a court would likely conclude that the auditors were within their rights to record Sergeant Morabito's vehicle, and anything within it that was visible from a public vantage point, which would make Sergeant Morabito's use of force in shoving one of the auditors away from his vehicle an unreasonable and unconstitutional instance of excessive force. Sergeant Morabito also states that the unmarked vehicle he's driving, which is equipped with red and blue flashing lights, is his personal property and not a government-owned vehicle. If this statement is true, the situation is not only unusual, but potentially illegal. Therefore, a court could conclude that the installation of the flashing emergency lights on Sergeant Morabito's personal vehicle violated Michigan law, depending on the light's visibility.
Yeah, Sarge, you need to put this little in check. Put this little in check.
Hey, you ever hear of
Spit it out, it ain't yours. Spit it out, it ain't yours.
Public? Don't
It's called freedom of speech. Now what?
This is freedom of speech.
Yeah, you're right, it is, but you don't have those freedoms when you're on duty, idiot. You have duties, not rights, dummy.
You're gonna get some time off for that one.
Yeah, you are. You're definitely getting some time off for that one, partner. Oh, yeah. Watch the complaints come in. Watch the phone calls roll in. Don't touch it.
Think about touching that.
You don't get to get our...
Your property. Hey, get your hands off of him.
Get the off my
Get
car.
your hands
Don't
off.
touch our car.
John 5.
Don't touch the car. Yeah, you'll get a complaint. complaint too. Wow, y'all are a bunch of tyrants up here, ain't you? Bunch of tyrants. Yeah, I'm coming for your job.
Come for it.
I am.
Come for it.
I'm coming for your job.
Come for
I'm
my
coming
job
for your
before?
job.
My phone ain't going.
10 feet.
$1,000 phone.
10 feet. 10 feet. Stay 10 feet away from me at all.
$1,000 phone.
Bring it.
Look, you're a little sucker. You ain't without that badge and gun, punk. You ain't without that badge and gun. You ain't without it.
Dismissed. You're dismissed. I'm
Little,
sitting here. I'm
little,
freedom of speech.
little Willie the Munchkin.
Here you go.
Oh, now it's an unlawful
what are you gonna do?
detainment, you idiot.
I'm just letting you know you need to back up.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Guys, give me
You
a
tell
second
him to
here.
back off.
I am. Give me a second here.
Good.
You're not
Tell
helping
him to
the
back off.
situation.
Now he's blocking the vehicle. That's unlawful
Sorry.
detainment.
Let him talk to him.
Move. Can you guys move?
No, I don't have to move.
Please? Put the dog back on a leash.
Yeah, put him on a leash.
We're not taking your complaint today. You have to come back tomorrow to make your complaint. You can make as many complaints as you want tomorrow.
I think you need to just take yourself out of the situation because right now, what you have is a conflict of interest.
Okay, for right now,
Okay,
you're
so you need to go away.
You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
Go away.
It's my meeting. You have 2 minutes to leave the building. If you don't leave in 2 minutes, you will be arrested for a
At the police station, Sergeant Morabito and the other officers refuse to accept the auditor's complaints, inform them that they can file their complaints tomorrow, and give them 2 minutes to leave the station. Generally, the policies and procedures for filing police misconduct complaints are set by individual police agencies and departments. While the Utica PD's policy on how citizens can file complaints is not publicly available, it is difficult to imagine that their policy allows officers to refuse to accept a complaint and demand that citizens return the following day if they wish to file a complaint. Other Michigan police departments that have made information on filing complaints publicly available provide multiple options for how individuals can file complaints in a clear effort to ensure that citizens who want to make a complaint are able to do so. The Ann Arbor PD's website explains that, quote, to file a complaint and/or compliment an employee, contact Lieutenant Corey Mills of the Professional Standards section by coming in person to the police department, contacting us by writing, or by phone. If the Professional Standards section lieutenant is not available, please contact the Patrol Command Desk. Regardless of whether Sergeant Morabito and the other Utica officers violated policy by refusing to accept the auditor's complaints, it clearly did not comply with police best practices and only served to discourage and delay the filing of a complaint.
You have 2 minutes to leave.
We just need names and badge numbers and we'll leave.
decided 2 minutes. If you can't read, I don't know what to tell you. My name is
I
right
don't
there.
see your badge number.
You don't
So
need
that's
it.
Sergeant right there.
Right there. That's my last name. Right there. Film it.
Mr. Jones continues to argue. Sergeant Morabito handcuffs him and places him under arrest. According to Mr. Jones, he was slammed against a wall during the arrest, causing a laceration to his shoulder. In an interview with a local paper, he stated that he was released after approximately 1 hour and that the officers berated and ridiculed him while he was in custody. Mr. Jones has retained an attorney and intends to pursue criminal and civil charges. Overall, Sergeant Morabito gets an F for maintaining a hostile, unprofessional, and out-of-control demeanor throughout the encounter, refusing to accept the auditor's complaints, and likely using excessive amounts of force on more than one occasion. When the auditors responded to his inquiries with hostility, Sergeant Morabito reacted by matching and escalating the aggressive nature of their conduct, rather than attempting to de-escalate the situation. Although Sergeant Morabito denied the allegations in the Weissel case, there's no video footage of the encounter, and the undisputed video evidence of his behavior during his interaction with Mr. Jones and his friends on its own seriously calls into question whether Sergeant Morabito has the temperament and self-control required to be a competent police officer. This is yet another officer who appears to have allowed his ego to dictate his decision-making, and this interaction highlights the important role that officers play in setting the tone of a citizen encounter. Mr. Jones and his friends get a B, because although they also maintained a hostile and insulting demeanor throughout the encounter, they were perfectly within their First Amendment rights to do so, and they exercised their rights to film the encounter, refused to identify themselves when it was not required, and followed up this interaction by attempting to file multiple complaints and pursuing legal action. While I cannot suggest or condone insulting or taunting another individual, including a police officer, nothing the auditors did was illegal, and the First Amendment protects protects the right of citizens to express dissent to police actions and to communicate offensive and challenging ideas without government retaliation. While I commend the auditors for challenging the legitimacy of Sergeant Morabito's conduct and following up this encounter with the proper legal action, their persistent name-calling and taunting certainly did not help to improve an already tense situation. And these types of encounters not only serve to build distrust between citizens and the police, but also cause officers to be wary and suspicious of the auditing community as a whole.